Well, I have a feeling tonight is going to be a long night. I have, let's see, I got my little cheat sheet here. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos on my cheat sheet list. I guess I am going to start, since this is kind of my first video of December, I'm going to call this, at least for the rest of December, my holiday season series of videos. I even got the little Christmas tree there behind me. How about that, hey? Well, a lot has happened over the last couple weeks. For starters, part of the reason that we're going to be calling this the Christmas tree series of videos is I've had some products randomly show up at my doorstep with requests to test them out and just give reviews on how they work. Well, one set of products is unrelated to Tesla or cars specifically, but I'm still going to demo those. Another product was a little larger. It doesn't quite fit under my tiny little tree behind me. I can't have a real tree anymore. My kids water them. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. What you're probably thinking. Yes, at least my older boy waters our Christmas tree. So we have a nice fake one here that I can hose off, and I keep it up on the table now. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. Since I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate videos, sort of. This one is mostly going out to my viewers. This is going to be a twofer video on this one, I guess. First off, then, I will just say thank you to all my viewers, their viewing loyalty, their support, and camaraderie, and just being great people to talk to. I've actually met a number of you guys in person, surprisingly. A few of them driving through Milwaukee County. A few have become pretty decent friends. Just want to give a shout out to Mike Anthony and let's see, well, we got my good friend John in Niagara. You've probably seen a few of his pictures on my Niagara Falls Tesla video and Tesla road trip video. Let's see, Robert M. But I'll leave your last name out. There's a number of people that don't quite like you anymore. Long story for that one, for those that don't understand what I'm talking about. We got Joseph up in Minnesota, I believe Twin Cities. Chris down in, where do you live, Chris? Burlington, was it? Another Chris, not me, different Chris. We got, oh, I'm just freaking wiped today, I'm forgetting names. forgetting names, so I'm sorry. A few of you out the others, especially those that came to my Tesla get together in May during Automotion Weekend in the Wisconsin Dells, whether or not they had a Tesla or not. And I also want to give another a shout out to Bjorn in Norway. I guess you're kind of my my European counterpart, and would like to work with you a bit in the future, putting some ideas together, so maybe we can do something fun for both of our viewers. Like I said, I hit 6,000 subscribers today, everybody, and that is quite a leap this year in subscribership. If all you can help me out, even if you don't watch a lot of my videos, if you can hit the subscribe button, even if you want to ignore them, any videos I put up, or even if you don't like me, but if I can hit 10,000 subscribers, I will be granted pretty decent access to the YouTube Makers Studio in Los Angeles. Lots of resources available then to me. While Los Angeles is quite a bit of ways, when you're driving a Tesla, distances seem too narrow when you don't have to spend a crap load on fuel. Cost to drive to Los Angeles from Milwaukee, Wisconsin on a Tesla, pretty much zero, barring tolls. Cost to drive in a gasoline-powered car that gets about 30 miles per gallon, about $600. That's a big difference, wouldn't you say? So, just some things to talk about. It's been also a bit of a rough week. Another cheat sheet here. I mean, literally, my mind has just been wandering everywhere this week. I've been really stressed out. Nothing singular specifically, just a lot of things have just SHTF this week. Or crap hitting the fan. But I want to touch on a subject that kind of hit home a little bit. Things are turning around a little bit on this. As a good number of my viewers know, I've been having my fair share of quirks, if not more, with my Model S. I had a lot of minor stuff. Recently I had a battery, well, not recently, it was end of July, I had a battery failure. Tesla swapped in a different pack for me, and so on and so forth. I've also been having some trouble with my drivetrain with a clunking noise. Excuse me. That clunking noise is getting a little worse, and I did have an issue where, long story short, I'm not going to go into great details about it, but I almost ended up in a lake. But I did manage to get control and get it up into someone's yard to avoid the lake, which is avoiding a lake with a 5,000-pound car is generally a good idea. And that was just some odd fluke problem, but it kind of pushed me over the edge a little bit. Kind of, it was like the nail in the coffin for the final straw that kind of made me snap a little bit. And that compiled along with just a few other things going on this week that has just, not quite gone my way, and I'm not proud of this, but I went on quite a rant, understatement, on Tesla Motors Club website, and in hindsight, I should have held back on that. It's one of those things. I'm usually a fairly laid back person, as you all should know by now. I'm usually a fairly happy-go-lucky guy, and I'm not proud of ranting like I did. And I also I did contact Jerome Guillen at Tesla Motors, and it was amazing how fast he was able to expedite things and help work towards that resolution and get things brought back down to the regional managers level, of whom I have extreme respect for, and extremely happy with the response that I got today. Let's put it this way. I emailed Jerome last night at, I don't know, I think I finally sent the email about 1:30 a.m. I got a response at, I think it was like 1:30 in the afternoon today, and by 2:15 I had a phone call from the service center. By 4:15 p.m. Tesla was already at my house, which I'm over an hour away from the service center, with a loaner on a flatbed. Same loaner I had a couple weeks ago, ironically. And some of the quirks I kind of ranted about, not quirks, but yeah, quirks that I thought were part of the new production of the steering wheel. You can see those in my steering wheel video. I guess turned out to actually be people just being a lot rougher on that car than they should have, and those were actually fixed. Just to show you how on the ball Tesla does get. And anyways, they picked up my car. Car's already back in Highland Park, and I had a nice chat this afternoon with the regional manager, Scott, and also the Tesla valet's name was Scott. And I'm not going to be probably able to go into really any extreme details into what we discussed, but all I can say, a few things, is one, I should have tried personally a little harder. I should have tried to work with the regional manager and get a hold of him before going to Jerome. It's all kind of part of that rant that I went off on, where it was just that plus some peer pressure that I sent that email to Jerome. And I hold Scott, the regional manager, in high respect, as I do everybody at the Highland Park Service Center. While the issues that I've been having started, best way to put it is, I love the car, but I was starting to not like Tesla. And Tesla is putting any concerns that I may have had to rest. It's this, I don't know how to say it, but just the service that I'm getting is what I've come to expect from Tesla. And they really, really do go out of their way to make sure the customer is happy and satisfied. And what we discussed today, I'm beyond blown away by just the response, just everything, and the resolutions we've worked out. I'm very impressed by and very, very happy with. I don't know really what more to touch on that. I'll have a bit of a response back when I get my car back. They said normally what they'd be the work they'd be doing on it would take just a couple days. They are giving me a complete drive unit swap, and they said they already have it in and ready to go for me. I mean, just the speed at which Tesla can work at getting an issue resolved is just mind-blowing. Whereas, shoot, with my Maz Lincoln's been going on 2 weeks to get the proper rim. Lincoln can't even get a single frickin' rim right for her car. Have to keep reordering it to get the right one. But just the speed at which they can achieve it. So anyways, he said normally it'd take maybe just a couple days to get done. Drivetrain and a number of other issues that I'm having them look at. But they want to keep my car for a little longer, probably about a week, which I'm perfectly fine with as long as I have something to drive, which is that nice blue standard 85 with the tech package panel roof. And the leather interior with that nice Alcantara dashboard. I'm not complaining there. Plus it's an 85, so I'll be able to do some good driving on that thing. But they want to make sure everything is set. Try and get rid of quirks, any kind of technical service bulletins, inspect everything, go over everything with a fine-tooth comb. So they want to keep it for about a week. They want to drive it, experience it, make sure that my concerns are taken care of. And I'm very, very happy with that outcome, and extremely blown away by the response. I'm going to be owing them probably a year's supply of donuts by the time they're done with my car. And so I just can't give enough praise to both the regional manager and the service center for how far out of their way they're going. And once again, I would like to also thank Jerome. It's not every day where a customer can actually reach out and, I can't say reach out and touch because I can't quite touch. Not that I want to touch Jerome. That would be kind of creepy. But just to be able to reach out and get a response back, let alone a response back in less than, about 12 hours from the vice president of a company, a car company, a auto manufacturer nonetheless. That's unheard of. And I hate to pick on Lincoln again, but for the crap that I gotta put up with trying to get my Maz car fixed after her little accident she had when it was snowing a couple weeks ago, it's just been a pain in the royal backside. So other car companies out there, you could stand to learn a thing or two from Tesla. This whole situation has renewed my faith. I don't know if you all noticed that I just haven't had the motivation in my videos and the excitement that I did a year and a half ago when I first started doing the Tesla videos. But other than it being, I don't even know what time it is right now, I lost track. Other than being really frickin' late right now and I'm tired as all heck, but guess what? This is the only time I got to make some videos this week. Yeah, so the whole situation has just renewed my faith in Tesla and what they're trying to stand for and change the way the auto industry works. So, of course, I will update everybody on that outcome once I get my car back. There was a few other options laid out before me. Like I said, not everything discussed. I wasn't told specifically not to discuss anything with the public or my videos, but just out of proper business, just being proper and being courteous. There's some things that just should not be shared or discussed. I'm not under any gag order or anything like that, or any kind of written agreement. I just think it'd be proper just to let certain things be done, said in private. Certain things should stay private. Certain things discussed, and this is going to be one of them. So we'll leave that at that. And I have a feeling I'm going to be very happy and very satisfied when I get my car back. My youngest, Mr. Midget number 2, Gino, first thing he said when Tesla came was he asked me if they're going to make T feel better, because Daddy's car's name is T, at least for Mr. Gino. Personally, I like the Enterprise better. But I guess that's it for her for this video. I just just a change of pace, just some things I needed to talk about and get it out there. But again, I do feel bad that I kind of jumped the gun with my rant, and also going straight to Jerome or Dr. Guillen to try and get resolved. I should have tried harder on my part to work with both the service center and the regional manager first. And Jerome, if you are watching this, thank you. Well, I'm going to be writing a letter back to you as well. But I'm just blown away by everything. And while Tesla, you are a new company, I hope you guys all don't take my criticism and what I wrote as Tesla bashing, although it somewhat was, or is. Okay, it was. I just want to bring certain things to attention as well, so that way Tesla can improve. Just the thought of having to go back to a gas vehicle makes me sick to my freaking stomach. I mean, I start my truck, my yellow truck, that you guys have seen in some of my videos, for about 15 minutes every week, or long enough to get it up to operating temperature, so a little longer in the winter time. I mean, I'm still on the same tank of gas on that thing for over 6 months now. I just want to make sure everything stays running, because I never know when I will need to pull a big trailer, or that, I don't have a Model S D version, so I don't have four-wheel drive in my car. So I never know if I will need that four-wheel drive, or some sort of emergency. Or, I mean, while the Model S should be more reliable, I still understand that it is a car. Cars are mechanical, no matter how simplified they get, and you never know if you're going to need an emergency vehicle for some reason. So I guess that's all the thoughts I have right now, at least on that subject. So I guess, and like I said, just to change the pace for tonight, I just wanted to get some things off my chest, and I guess just speak out and give some opinions. So I will follow up on the whole drivetrain. Just 3 major things that I'm looking to get a response at. One, drivetrain, which they already say they're going to be replacing that with a brand spanking new one, fresh out of the crate. So we'll see how that turns out. So I'm expecting it to turn out very well. Problem number 2 was key not in vehicle, which is something that's been nagging me for a long time now. I'm hoping they'll be able to resolve that one, although I do know that one's going to be a tough one to resolve, even though it's getting worse as of lately. But the idea is they got to be able to reproduce it to fix it for the most part, although I think they have a good idea of what they can do to make it better. And number 3, if you've been following my battery pack range videos, you'll notice I've mentioned a number of times that while my new pack started out with more range than my original pack did, it seems to be losing range at a quicker pace than my original pack did. I think I worked it out to my original pack lost about 0.2 miles range for every 1,000 miles I drove, whereas my new pack is losing 1.2 miles for every 1,000 miles driven. And by losing, I'm saying the rated range on display. Now they have changed the software, the firmwares, and each firmware has a little bit different way of calculating range, so I understand that, but what I'm looking to get is a more solid answer on the condition of my battery pack. Up till now, the answers that I've been getting has just been, your battery's okay, which to me is not an acceptable answer, especially when it comes down to a $40,000 component of a car. It's okay, it just doesn't cut it. If I had the 85 pack with the unlimited mileage warranty, I could care less, because I'd be good for 8 years regardless. And in 8 years I'll probably have about 500,000 miles on that car. But since I only have the 60, and the 60's only got a 125,000 mile warranty, yeah, I am concerned. So I will close with that. Hopefully in about a week I will be able to update everybody on those issues, and hopefully everything is resolved. I apologize. I was going to be doing a range update video for everybody. 10,000 miles on the new battery pack. 44,000 miles on the car. I was supposed to be coming tomorrow, but obviously since Tesla picked up my car, we're going to miss that one, depending on how much test driving they do of it, which I gave them permission to do whatever test driving they want and however much they want. I may either miss it or be slightly delayed on that, so I apologize. But don't worry, we'll get that. If not, we'll get the 45,000 mile, 11,000 mile review. So that's that. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I guess happy holidays. See if I can cross a few more videos off my list for the evening.